Welcome back to another episode of the Real Madrid Career Mode here on FC24, where last episode we kicked off season number 3, the final season, the last dance, trying to go back to European glory after missing out last season and missing out and failing our 3-in-a-row challenge. Y'all wanted another season, so here we are. It's Harvey Barnes and Gonzalez as a possible option for us to bring in on deadline day, as I'm looking for a left-winger bench player that can rotate nicely, that is good off the bench, and these two kind of fit that role kind of perfectly. Now, we did bring in Bastoni, Kubo, and Musiala. We bring in Bastoni because we said goodbye to Saliba. His release clause got triggered by Liverpool, I believe it was, for 161 million. So we let him go. I'm not going to try and not sell players, and I accidentally just went to the Harvey Barnes deal. So we are going to have to go ahead and try and just accept the fee, even though I don't think I want Harvey Barnes. He was my backup option. To be fair, I wanted Gonzalez. They want Camavinga straight up. They want Camavinga straight up. We're going to just offer the 40 million. That's perfectly fine. So if I want Harvey Barnes, I can just go in there. But I really wanted Gonzalez. But looking at that, you can see here on the latest rumors, Rudiger is rumored to be going to Wolves. I wouldn't be down. I wouldn't be down. I wouldn't be mad about selling Rudiger on. He is getting up there in the age department. He's 32. He's already dropped down from 86 to 85 this season already alone. So he's just going to continue dropping down. He's going to continue dropping stinkers after stinkers. We do have Diamande and Militao, and in fact, Militao is actually the starting center back now. So we sell Rudiger. He obviously then becomes on the bench, or Militao obviously for sure the starting center back, even though he already is. Then Diamande is the backup for him, and we put somebody like Camavinga, Garcia on the bench there, so we have another backup player. And honestly, I think I would put Mr. Fresnada just because I like him a lot more than Fran Garcia. So that is that for this transfer window. 10 hours left to go on the clock. We have 200 million to spend, so if we need to bring somebody else in, if a release clause get triggered, then we can. We'll have that money plus the release clause. But for now, we are going to go ahead and go after Mr. Gonzalez. He has a lot of play styles: finesse shot, dead ball, incisive pass, tiki-taka, whip pass, technical flair, whereas Harvey Barnes has finesse shot and Trivella. So we are going to bring in Gonzalez, hopefully, if Arsenal would allow us to. We are going to pay the value there, see what they say. They want Rudiger. Would we let Rudiger go to Arsenal for the swap deal? I mean, we could. We could get it cheaper. That means they want 60 million, though. We're going to try and get this down to 25.5 million plus Rudiger. I will happily take that. 30. Let's see, 27. 27 is the lowest I know I'll go, and the lowest they will probably go. That's a more realistic offer. Okay, that's actually perfect. So Rudiger will be on to Arsenal for Pedro Gonzalez. That actually works out perfectly in my mind, honestly. And we could go shopping on the market for another center back, but I think Eder Militao is a great option to have. He obviously wants sporadic. That's perfectly fine. I don't know why I tried to offer him crucial. He's not going to be crucial anyway. He wants 5-year deal, 124 million release clause, perfectly fine with me, seeing as we're only on one season. Once we get past this window, normally release clauses don't get triggered in January anyway, so that is perfectly fine. Pedro Gonzalez is going to come into the team. He's acting like a star player, even though he is not a star player at all. We're just going to go ahead and skip this because we don't care. I was going to do that for the thumbnail, but I don't care about that either. Get him into the team. Let's go ahead and go through the top deals of all clubs just quickly. Obviously, Saliba going to Liverpool from us, 161 million. That actually ended up being the top club, the top deal. Musiala and Bastoni all coming to us for 113 million, pretty much exactly. That's great money coming out. Spending, we had to spend 100 million out of pocket for Musiala. This 113 was Saliba's money. Martinelli went over to Napoli, Madison over to Inter, Xavi Simons, another cam that I was possibly looking at, didn't end up doing that. Bruno went to Bayern Munich, so Bayern Munich go ahead and pick up 2 center attacking mids. Balogun went over to AC Milan, Gonzalez over to us. Neves over to West Ham for 66 million. That's insane. Raspadori's over to Barcelona. Ugarte over to Liverpool. Mourinho, obviously, we sent him on. Kuba, we brought in. Other than that, it's looking kind of just dull. Neymar went over to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have an insane team at the moment. Obviously, Neymar's 33. He's old. He's getting up there. But that's still an insane signing. Jonathan David over to Nottingham Forest. I'm just looking for any like kind of insane looking deals. Rico Lewis over to Crystal Palace. Obviously, this doesn't show loan deals, so we won't see any crazy loan deals that might have happened. Obviously, our highest deal was Saliba. You already seen it. Our lowest deal was Martin, getting rid of him. We didn't really do that much transfer business. We only brought in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. It's not bad, honestly. And before we get into our first game of this episode, I went ahead and play some sliders from the OS Sliders community thingy website. Y'all can look it up on Google, do whatever y'all need to do to find them. This is Ultimate Sliders. We are obviously on Ultimate difficulty. Sprint speed and acceleration. It depends on what kind of game style. If you play fast pace, then you probably up this. If you play slow pace, you probably slow it down. I just don't want to touch this at all, so we kept the default for both of these. Shot error for us is 60. Shot error for them is 78. I'm not sure how that makes sense, but you know what? I'm just going to go with it, see what works out. If it doesn't work out, we'll go back to default and try to work on our own custom sliders. Pass error for the user, aka me, is 55. For them, it's 72. Shot speed is 40 for us. It's also 40 for them. Pass speed is 38 for us, while it's only 35 for them. And injury frequency, injury severity is both 65 and 35 for both of us. So that is the same there, as well as goalkeeper ability both on 50, marking both on 50. Run frequency, is that also on 50? Run frequency is on 35 as well. So that is there. Line height is 50. To their line height is 50. Their line length is 35. Our line length is 35 as well. Line width is 49. I believe theirs is also 49 if I'm not mistaken, and in fact it's actually 50. Their fullback positioning is 50. Their first touch control error is 100. I'm still not sure how this works out. I feel like it should be the other way around, but it's not. Our fullback positioning is 50. Our power, this doesn't matter. I'll just keep that at 50, and then our first touch control error is at 70. So that is the sliders for the rest of the save, possibly for the rest of the cycle. We'll adjust it if need be, but it's time to get into our first game. It's against Getafe, and it's our full strength 11 as expected, with Eder Militao now our sole center back at that right center back position. Arnu, Mbappe, Rodrigo now. It's Rodrigo down the flank. It's still Rodrigo. He takes a touch out wide. Rodrigo will take the lead for Real Madrid. It's 1-0 for the Madristas. It's Real Madrid in front. It's Rodrigo on the score sheet. Go. Valverde. Mbappe. Rodrigo is still Rodrigo. Now to Vinny Jr. First time finish! And Vinicius Jr. doubles the lead 26 minutes in. It's 2-0 to Real Madrid now. First time finish here is absolutely beautiful. A thief. Courtois saves the second ball. Miller cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. Pedro Gonçalves is going to make his debut here for Real Madrid. Rodrigo's coming off for Kubo as well. And Alvarez is coming off for Jude Bellingham at that cam roll. Cross. Pedro can't really clear it, but he didn't do enough though. They get into the back of the net, and it's 2-2. Musiala turning and spinning. He'll find Mbappe, which will find Kubo. Kubo to Pedro. To Musiala. Musiala into Mbappe. He actually found him, and Mbappe finds the back of the net. And Real Madrid weren't level for long. We're back in front. It's 3-2. Davies get there. He doesn't. It's Elena. Elena's still on the ball. He's still fighting for it. Elena. Arnold scored the equalizer. He's trying to maybe create another third goal here. Hiddleston, Arnold on the ball. Bastoni wins it initially. Can't win it again, but Davies intercepted it, but he passed it right back to Elena. Now Arnold back on the ball. Into the box for Hiddleston. Into a thief. Saved by Courtois. He will gather it, and we can relax. Only for a second, though, as that quickly throw it out to Kubo. Kubo, Mbappe over the top. Alvarez just control it. Alvarez switching now for Pedro. Can he hit that onto Mbappe? No. Valverde. He'll try to head into Mbappe. That's deflected. And here comes Getafe for possibly their last chance to try and equalize it. But they're taking too long to get the ball at the field. The referee's going to blow his whistle. And it's a 3-2 win to kick today off. A challenging 3-2 win. The sliders are actually working, it seems like. I thought it was going to be too easy once we went 2-0 up. Thankfully, they put up a challenge in the second half there. And we walk out our home stadium with all 3 points against Getafe. And we remain perfect 4-for-4 to start the season. Quick this game against Espanyol. They have 1 point. Tchouaméni starts for Valverde. Alvarez starts for Mbappe. Gonzalez on the left-hand side. We lose 1-0. It's time for Champions League football. This is our group stages. We have Tottenham and OGC Nice as well as Salzburg in our group. Tottenham's obviously the toughest game. This should be the only toughest challenge of the group. Maybe Nice putting up a fight here and there, but other than that, it should be straightforward. In fact, we started off with the toughest game against Tottenham at home with the Bernabeu. We are going to go ahead and play Mr. Bernardo Silva at center mid role. Now, last time out, it didn't really go too well. So let's see if it works out a little bit better this time. That's the only change we're going to make to starting 11. Let's get to it. Jamal Musiala, second effort here. Cut back. Vinicius finds the back of the net. It's 1-0 for Real Madrid. Come on. Mbappito loses the ball. First touch control error. Up to 70. That's what happens. Gonzalo Ramos. Kuleveski. Level things up. I try to read him with the goalkeeper movement. And Rodrigo's going to put that in. Eder Militao. Free header. Nobody's marking him. What are y'all doing? It's Real Madrid 2-1. Why is nobody marking him? Bernardo Silva. Alvarez, Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, Bellingham, Mbappe, Mbappito, block shot, Alvarez cross back in, Rodrigo, run mate, come on. Rodrigo again, Eder Militao to put the game to bed. The game's over anyway, never mind. A 2-1 win for Real Madrid to open up the Champions League group stage. Time to get our revenge in La Liga, though. It's time for the Real Sociedad game here. Time to get our revenge. We're back to the 4-3-3 flat-ish with Bellingham at that cam role. Musiala is starting at left mid, left winger. Try him out on the left-hand side. The two-cam situation, honestly, isn't working out too well right now, kind of. It is working out, but it doesn't feel fluid enough. Tchouaméni obviously back in the starting 11. Rodrigo maintains his position as a right winger. Kuba will probably play against his former club at some point during the game. Jude, Mbappe, Rodrigo, Bellingham over the top for Valverde. Header! Nearly chipping the keeper. Valverde. Eder Militao! The corners are going to win us this league. It's 1-0. Valverde wins the ball back somehow. Over the top for Kylian Mbappe. Touch, shot, goal! Keeper! What are you doing, mate? We're going to have time up 2-0 against Sociedad here. Trying to get back on winning ways in the league. Musiala into Kylian Mbappe. He has free real estate here. Kylian Mbappito! 3-0 for Real Madrid here against Real Sociedad. Enrique. Militao. Enrique. Clean sheet's gone. It goes through Courtois' bottom. The clean sheet is gone, but the Pedro Gonzalez crossed in. Back post. Bastoni header. No. Diamande. Vin Davies. That shot's blocked. The game is going to be over. Bastoni. Keeper goes 2. That's game over. A 1 win against Real Sociedad. Back on winning ways in La Liga. And we finish the episode off in first place with Barcelona trailing only by 1 point. Villarreal trailing by 3 points. Atletico Madrid are sitting all the way down in 6th. Villarreal actually have a game in hand, so they could actually come level on tied with us if they win their game in hand, which won't be played into a little while anyway. That Villarreal game, actually we play against Villarreal next episode to really kick things off here. We'll probably skip this game, play Villarreal, play one of the Champions League games, and then play Atletico Madrid. And then November, it's time for El Clasico. December, wrapping it up the Champions League. But for now, that's the end of this episode. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And until tomorrow, peace out.